G'day everyone and welcome to Two Cousins One Chat. Happy New Year and welcome to our very first episode of 2026. We hope you're doing well and feeling ready for the year ahead. Thanks so much for tuning in once again. This one is going to be a goodie. Hey Kristy, how you going?
I'm good, Ben. How are you? It's great to see you. And I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. How weird does it feel saying 2026 out loud? Like, it's a new year, but same old cousins.
Same old cousins. Yeah, I know. 2026 is here. I think sometimes you get ready for 2026 because you're talking about the next year so much and you're planning and everything. And then it actually gets here and you're like, okay, is it 2026 or is it 2027? It all gets very, very confusing.
It does a bit, doesn't it? And it just takes a little while to get used to it. But I can confirm with you, dear cousin, I am 2026 ready.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it all.
It started off so hot for those of you who track the weather in the southern hemisphere here. South Australia is one of the hottest states in the world. It is so hot. We got 44 degrees, 42, high 30s. That's Celsius, which is like 90s and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Up in that sort of realm. It's just been absolutely brutal.
It's really, really hot. And how are you coping in the heat, Ben? Are you?
Oh, look! It happens to the best of us. You know, there's not much I can do.
He's sitting in an ice bath currently.
I've got many people here just fanning me off camera. That. Yeah, we've got air conditioning, so which I think is possibly the best invention, I guess, other than electricity. I don't know.
And a bike.
Well, yeah, but then there's a whole lot of other inventions. But without air conditioning, I'd be cranky a lot.
Yeah.
So I just love it.
In our old house, we didn't have air conditioning, but it doesn't get as hot in Victoria, Melbourne. But yeah, we had fans, and we were talking about this the other day, like how much it mentally drains you, just like managing the heat and trying to keep cool. It's tough. Yeah. It's really tough. A lot of people don't have it either. Yeah. Can you see my face? It's going red. It's getting hot in this room.
Yeah, well, it's getting hot here as well, and I've literally got the vent blowing on me at full speed. I'm still,
we have to speed this podcast up before we melt. So anyway, how have you been, Ben? What's been going on in Adelaide? Lots happening in Adelaide at the moment, everyone.
Lots happening in Adelaide. The Tour Down Under is on. It's finished today. We went in on Tuesday night and watched the time trial, which was really cool.
Oh, fantastic. How was it?
Yeah, it's interesting because you're only seeing one rider, but there's so much activity around as each rider comes. There's the police bikes and there's the rider and then there's the team car, and then some of the riders you're looking at the team car bonnet just to know who you're actually looking at.
Yeah, of course. So that helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we saw Luke play up and we saw some of the Aussies come through, and it was really, really, really cool. And the police bikes are amazing, and they're just, it's so their jam. They just absolutely love it. So that was fun. And we were going to go to another stage over the weekend, but it was just so hot, like 44 degrees, and we thought, no, it's just probably not safe. And they modified the route yesterday because the weather was so bad. So now Tour Down Under's on. The tennis, of course, is on. The Australian Open, which is happening in your hometown.
Yep.
And summer holidays were fun, and we've got the dog, so of course he brings us much joy. So it's been a good few weeks since we last caught up.
I know. What about you? We caught up just before Christmas.
I know.
And right before the Christmas break, I was super tired. You were super tired.
Yes.
And after listening to all the wrapped raps, I was exhausted.
Too many raps.
To be honest, I had such a quiet summer break.
Oh.
A lot of couch action, right? The weather was pretty average then. Summer didn't really kick in just till like a little while ago, so it's stinking hot in Melbourne as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I haven't been for a swim yet. Normally I do heaps of swimming. I even bought a new set of new bathers.
Oh,
yeah, fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't even used them yet. Still in the bucket.
Jeez.
But you mentioned the AO, and I have been this week, and you might have noticed across some of the socials there's lots of tennis ball action. I'm just showing one up to the screen right now. Had an absolutely brilliant time. It's more like a festival carnival event with a side of tennis. It's just fantastic. And then opening night, they had Crowded House. Then they had
Oh,
Federer, Agassi, Hewitt, Rafter, the Barty match. And that was
yeah.
really, really, really fun, wasn't it, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't get to see a lot of the game, unfortunately, but I love Crowded House. As you well
Yeah,
know, I
yeah,
was, oh, Crowded House. Love Neil Finn, love Tim Finn. I've loved Crowded House for so long.
yeah,
And also Federer, who we all love as well. I mean,
yeah.
if you don't love Roger Federer, then there's
Something's
something
wrong
wrong with
with
you.
you.
Something's wrong with you.
And
Yeah,
then we were
absolutely.
flicking around on TV. Then it turned it back on at like, I don't know, maybe at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Roger Federer is still on court hitting balls to someone. It's like, God, this show's going on forever. But it was really good. And it was like a feel-good, G-rated, good old-fashioned fun event to watch.
Yeah,
And
great.
as I understand, Rafael Nadal is coming back for the closing night. They're doing something similar on the final night
Unreal.
and with Ash Barty, yeah. So
Oh,
I
it's just
haven't got the
great.
call yet, so I'm just waiting for good old Craig Tilley to give me a buzz.
Yeah, well, he's too
Yeah,
busy having beers with Stan Wawrinka,
Stan
isn't
the
he?
man.
Yeah.
We saw him practicing when we were there the other day.
Oh, did
We
you?
saw a fantastic match. We saw we saw a Medvedev, not a Medvedev, we saw Daniil
The
Medvedev
Medvedev.
play, and a Simone. No, I can't pronounce his name. Excuse
Oh,
me.
yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really good tennis. Had a great
Yeah.
day.
You see the aerial shots that they
Yeah,
do on the coverage on TV,
yeah,
and the whole tennis center area, it is so world class. It looks so amazing. It looks brilliant. And then you can see in the background there's the soccer stadium and there's obviously the MCG and everything
yeah.
around that area. But just the tennis precinct is so
Huge.
impressive. I just have to get there. We really want to get there
Yeah.
in the next couple of
What
years
we're
too.
going to do next year, the week leading up to the AO, they call opening week. So
Oh
you
yeah.
pay $20 and you go in and you can experience all of the grounds and all of the fantastic things that they've got available, the beautiful food and drinks, and you can have a good look around. And they have a lot of things for kids, have water slides and a whole heap of installations ready for the AO when it kicks off. But I'm definitely going to do that next year.
Oh,
Go
awesome.
in maybe 1 or 2 days, and then also go on day 2, which is my preferred day when I go.
Okay. Well, that sounds really cool. You sound very refreshed, and I know you're back at work, but hopefully it's all you've had the summer. You got the summer vibes going on, and all is well.
Yep,
Sound like I'm
everything's good.
ending a phone call, don't I? Like
Great. And yes,
anyway. Yeah.
your application, we'll get back to you. Please don't contact us.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks so much. And yeah.
That's it. Podcast done. See you later.
Well, today's episode came from a very random little life moment, as it often does. These little moments that you have and you think, could this be a show? And I thought, yes. I was doing some running repairs at home. I actually sewed a button back onto a pair of shorts, and it's not because of my waistline. I think the shorts have shrunk. Absolutely.
Same here.
Absolutely. Like proper needle and thread sewing, and I also threaded a hoodie tie back into a hoodie with a safety pin. You know how you kind of scooch it around
Yep.
the arc of the hoodie, which I had to do because it's my oldest hoodie. His name is Russell, and he's absolutely hanging on by a thread. But we're very attached. Reed also wants to inherit Russell, so I can't. I have to keep him alive for the next generation. And I thought, wow, this got me thinking about life skills that you've learned that have actually stuck. So I sent you a photo on the day, and I said, "Hey, this has got to be a show." And I thought, we could talk
Yep.
about some of the things that we've learnt along the journey that have actually stuck. What do you think?
I love it so much, Ben. I really, really do. And honestly, that fixing deserves a round of applause. So please insert a round of applause here. But you're right, there's nothing more satisfying than fixing something yourself instead of throwing it in the I'll deal with that later pile. So today we're chatting about the skills our parents, grandparents, and teachers tried to drum into us, the useful ones, the forgotten ones, and the ones that just never stuck. So let's kick this pod off before it unravels like a badly sewn button.
Okay, well, let's start with the wins. The
Okay.
skills we maybe rolled our eyes at back then and went, oh, yeah, whatever, mum, whatever. But now we quietly thank our parents for it. You know, all that boring stuff that suddenly feels very important when something breaks at 8 p.m. or, you know, you're out in public and the shorts you're wearing lose their button, as a random example,
Yeah.
which is what happened to me, sadly. So, Kristy, why don't you kick us off? What have you got for us?
Well, I actually have got a lot, Ben, and I had to scale it right back because I did have a conference with my mum to say, Mum, what did you teach me? Right? Because I wanted to see what she thought.
Yeah.
But do you know what, Ben? Touch typing. That's a really big one.
Mm.
Can you touch type?
Yes, I can. We
Oh,
had to learn it in school, and I've told this story so many times. The teacher who I stole the cigarette from, Mrs. Jakes. I'm sorry, Mrs. Jakes.
yeah.
She was our typing teacher, and we had typing as a lesson initially on the electronic typewriters that
Yes.
you could liquid paper and backspace and stuff,
Yep.
and then on like computers. But yes,
Yep.
we did. We were tested on our typing speed. Such a great skill.
It is, isn't it? And I don't know if they teach that anymore, but I did 2 to 3 years of typing. Oh my God, it could have actually been more. I can't remember. Um, of course, I didn't think much of it at school, but as it turns out, it's an absolute weapon, Ben,
Oh
as
yeah,
an
yeah.
adult and now being able to touch type.
Mm.
The same with measuring things properly,
Oh yeah.
following instructions, especially when cooking, because my natural way is to cheat,
Oh really? Are you
cut
just a natural
corners.
cheater?
Cut corners to save time.
Of
Or,
course.
or I'll go, oh, that'll do. But
Yeah.
I have learned the hard way, Ben, to do things
Mm.
properly the first time. Check, measure, and remeasure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, are you talking about just cooking, or are you talking about hardware stuff as well, like measuring pieces of wood before you cut them and that kind of thing? Or are you talking about cups of flour and
Yeah,
baking
yeah,
soda and stuff?
actually, yeah, because I don't
Ah,
think I've
okay.
ever measured a bit of wood.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh, well, there's
I
still
don't think I've
time.
ever cut a bit of wood.
Never
Yeah,
in your life you haven't cut a bit of wood? Oh, you haven't lived.
no, I haven't chopped a tree down.
Well, I haven't chopped a tree down, but I've removed branches. I tell you, there's something satisfying about cutting a piece of wood. If you have a power tool to do it, it's even better. I know that sounds very kind of,
Yeah.
stereotypical manly thing to say, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah, no, I haven't done that. But yeah, I was kind of referring to like cooking and measuring
Cooking.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So,
I love the touch typing thing though, because
mm,
when people see that you can do it, they're kind of jealous because they've just been like these two finger dit things looking
yeah,
down at their screen. And so I can't imagine having to always look down at your keyboard and then having
yeah,
to look up at the screen, keyboard screen, keyboard screen. I'd
yeah,
lose my way with where I am on the
yeah,
screen, I'd
yeah.
hate that.
Sometimes at work, if somebody's walking past me, I'll just start typing, and just it's all just like T F H K D E F
ASDF,
G C.
colon,
Like, she's
colon,
a fast
colon,
typist. Like, yeah.
click, clack, click,
Uh,
clack.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, so
yeah.
what about you, Ben? Tell me some of the things that you really have learnt how to do perfectly,
Well, look, there's quite a few
expertly.
things. Well, look, expertly. Oh God, nothing. I'm not expert at anything because I'm not one for instructions.
Yeah.
That which is terrible. That's one of my downfalls. But yeah, I can sew a button, obviously, and I can do the thing where you do the knot at the end with the needle and thread, so that it stays
Nice.
nice and then you sort of sew it back into itself, kind
Oh
of thing.
yeah.
And so
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
do that
Keep it neat, and
properly.
then you can trim that
Yeah,
little daggy bit off.
that's it, exactly, yeah. Mum
Oh,
was
it's
good
nice.
at, making us sort of be ready with certain things, so she wouldn't, if your clothes weren't in the laundry, she wouldn't go into your bedroom and get them. If you wanted them washed, you take them to the laundry. She will wash them and she'll put them on the line, but she's not going to fold them and put them away for you. So if you want them, you go and fold them and put them away.
Yep.
And she would teach us to iron, and she really wanted us to be, I think, particularly because she had two boys, and at that time it was like, the girls look after the boys kind of thing. Back in the day, she was like, no, 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 you're not going to be hopeless at that sort of stuff. So
Great.
I can
It's
do some
life
ironing,
skills.
and Dad, who I know will be listening, Dad could iron. I'm going to get the number wrong, but he could iron a work shirt in something like under a minute or something. You know what I mean? He used to have so many work shirts, and he would iron them in like 45 seconds each. He was so super duper quick. So
That's
I think
brilliant.
I think ironing is in my genes, so to speak.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Uncle Joe, that's bloody awesome.
Oh yeah, well, Dad's very efficient, and that was one thing I was going to say is that Dad is generally very neat and quite organised, and so
Yeah.
is Mum. So I think I kind of got that sense of keeping things organised, neat, and don't make too much fuss and mess, and sort of pack up as you go, and
Okay.
all of that sort of running the way you sort of run things kind of came through. And Mum doesn't love cooking, but she taught us some basic cooking skills, and she used to work, so
Yep.
she'd come home. It'd be like, cook your own dinner. I'm not cooking. Get your own dinner. So we would just always just cook our own food,
Yep.
and so
Yep.
you kind of learn to be a bit self sufficient. But um, Dad's really good with things like buttering toast and making sure the
Oh,
knife is
he is.
clean, and he's got this whole system. And
Yeah.
sadly, though, I don't carry a hanky. He used to give me hankies every Christmas and just be
Did
like,
he?
carry a hanky, which I've never done though. I just can't do it. Yeah. But then later in life, I'm sorry, you scaled yours down. I've scaled mine up. There are a couple of things that I learned later in life when I was reflecting in preparation for this episode,
Yeah.
if I may, where I learnt some good lawn mowing skills helping my father-in-law out, because he used to have
Right.
a business mowing lawns and doing various
Jim.
landscaping type things. So I learnt kind of. There are some pretty bad stories about me not mowing things so well for paying clients, but it was just a bit of a skill that I can do it and not completely mess it up. Whereas Sarah mows the lawn so much better than me. But
Oh,
uh,
really?
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the last skill that I think was really great that I'm just so glad I got was when I worked at SteriClean, the laundry in Melbourne at Austin Hospital, for 3 years. There was a period there where I went on light duties because I really hurt my back seriously, because there was no health and safety then. So
Oh,
I had a
no.
really bad back injury, and I had to fold for about a month. I had to fold face
Right.
washers, towels, and just
Yep.
random bits and pieces that were coming through the dryers. So I learnt to fold things with military precision, like tea towels,
Wow.
face
Did not
washers.
know this about you.
Yeah,
Oh my
so I
God.
can fold like a demon.
I
Yeah,
did not know
absolutely.
that.
Mm,
That's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. You should check
And
a pantry after I've been in the linen press with the towels and
yeah,
pillowcases. Oh yeah, it's a thing of beauty.
I've got a really neat linen press.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. And there's only just enough items in there for what we need.
So you're running thin. When you got
So
two fitted sheets, four pillowcases, kind of thing. You like that, yeah?
yeah, so we've got the yeah, so they're on rotation. And that's it.
That's
Winter
good.
and two
That's good.
cotton ones. Got the
That's all
flannels
you
for
need.
winter. Yeah, but no, you go in there and you would just be so impressed. Plus, I spray a bit of the linen spray on it.
Oh, right.
So when you
Okay.
open it, you get a nice waft of eucalyptus
Oh,
and it
lovely.
clears all your sinuses at the same
When
time.
you sneeze all over your sheets. Oh, that's unreal. Fantastic. Well, so sorry, that was quite a long list, but I
No, no,
felt
no, it's all
I
good
just
because I've
wanted
got more
to
to come. Don't worry about that.
well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Balances.
Well, we wanted to talk about some of the things we may have learnt at school as well, because when you start to think about these things, you go down a bit of a rabbit hole.
I know.
Um, some of the stuff you learned at school, some of it paid off, some of it absolutely didn't. We're thinking home ec, woodworking, or tech studies, as we called it, handwriting, budgeting, cursive writing, all of those things. Some come in handy, some don't come in handy, really, do they?
Yeah. And I have to say, Ben, you have the most loveliest handwriting. Whenever
Oh,
I get my, long messages, mail from you, when I'm checking the mail, I can always tell that there's something from you, Ben, because you
oh
do have
really?
beautiful handwriting.
Oh,
And
thank you.
yeah, speaking of home eco, we had Miss Bushrod for home economics. And it was really good because it was teaching us how to cook the basics, scones. Um, I know we did spaghetti bolognese one time, and Leon Baker, his real name, didn't drain spaghetti properly.
Oh no.
And then as he was walking back to the table from his station, it went, wah, 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 slipped out, went onto the ground.
Oh no. Oh,
But
yuck.
Leon, he
Hang
scooped
on.
it back up and he ate it. It was
He's like,
a
"I'm not
classic.
wasting
Yeah,
this."
he's not. He spent all morning, cutting up carrots and the onion and stuff. But yeah, there's some of the things that we did learn. Home economics, high
Well, I was
school.
trying to think what I learned at school that, stays with me now that's a practical skill other than typing, which is definitely a big one. I just don't think, home ec I was sort of half interested in. I didn't really learn things like other than the academic stuff. I
Yeah.
didn't really learn anything that I'm like, "Oh, yeah, if it wasn't for school, I wouldn't know this."
Oh yeah.
I have to think
Well,
about it more because that's not really giving credit to my teachers.
no, but we do have my book. That we've done a couple of vaults on when we talk about the microwave cooking and
Yeah,
some of the staples that you need to know. So maybe we can go back and have a look at that.
maybe
But
we should. I mean, I did draw a picture of Ann Wills, so maybe I
we
learnt
never
how to
heard
draw
back
pictures
from
of
her, did we?
local celebrities. We
She was
didn't. No,
amazing.
we did not. Yeah, she
So,
was.
but Ben, what are some of the things that you're still really terrible at? Tell us. I'm gonna put some lip gloss
Well,
on.
lots of things because the problem with me is that I don't read instructions. Like I've literally thrown out instructions of new things that I've bought and then going,
Oh,
I wish I didn't do that
really?
because now I
You have
don't
that
know.
confidence, like, oh, I know how to build this IKEA wall unit.
No, no, maybe not to that level, but no, it'll be some sort of little electronic thing, or and I'll just throw out the instructions once I've turned it on and it's working, and then I'm like, well,
Okay.
what do all the modes do, and what does this button do, and what does that button do? I'm terrible at that, but I
Okay.
can't tie knots, and you know, credit to those that have tried to teach me how to tie knots over the years. There have been many people, and it just doesn't stick. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter. So my best friend when it comes to going away is tie down straps, ratchet straps, anything you can, you ratchet or you pull it through and it
Yeah.
grips, and that's what I use. And if I have to tie a knot, I'm always nervous. If I'm tying something down in a trailer or
Oh,
on a
yeah.
roof and it's a knot, I'm just on edge. I can't do it. So ratchet straps and etc. and tie down straps are my friend. Yeah.
Yeah. But you do know how to do that knot with the button, sewing on the button. So, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Ben.
Yeah, but that is using a needle as well. Maybe I could blend those two skills together and just close the gap on my
Yeah. Maybe
tying.
you could go to
I'm
knot
not
school.
tying. Well, I would love to do that. Like my father-in-law is really good at it because, in his previous employment, he had to be really good at knots. And there's a friend of mine around the corner who he might help me with loads with the trailer sometimes, and he's amazing at knots. He's so good at
Wow.
knots, and I'm like, I just watch in awe, going, I can't do that. I
Oh,
just
we
can't
need
do
a
it.
knot masterclass.
I should learn how to tie knots properly before I die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but there's probably only a certain number of knots that you need to know. You could take
yeah,
up
you
fly
clove
fishing
hitch.
and then you'd have to do like fly fishing knots.
Well, that's why I'm bad at fishing. Well, it's probably one of the very many reasons why I'm bad at fishing, but I'm just not good at knots and little fiddly things like that.
Yeah.
Just my brain can't sort of
It's your
do
giant
it. Yeah.
fingers.
My fat sausage fingers. I know.
Giant
Yeah.
fingers.
What about you though? Let's.
Yeah, well,
Um.
folding a fitted sheet is another universal failure.
Yeah.
And I
It's
tend to just
hard.
kind of fold them, then make it look like it's a square. It's actually inside, it's just a jumble mess. And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
another thing that I'm absolutely terrible at and have never ever learnt, just like with knots, is directions. So
Oh.
I have a pretty good sense of a direction, but if somebody says, oh, it's just follow this map, it's just around the corner, I'm already lost. Don't even. I'm just terrible with navigations, and
Really?
even like when you've got your phone and you're trying to follow the Google Maps and then you're following the little triangle, and then if you
Yeah.
turn the phone around, then the little triangle goes around. It's like, where am I going?
Hang on.
Now
Which
I'm
direction
lost.
am I walking?
I don't
Yes.
know north, south, east, west, like. So that really, really is something that stresses me out. And being overseas, trying to read directions in a different
Mm,
language, shocking, total meltdown. Can't do it.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, as the young people say these days, hard relate, hard relate. I
oh,
completely have terrible sense of direction as well. Yeah, we
really? Or
just
maybe it runs in the
stare about that
family.
when we're traveling. Oh yeah,
I'm
it's
I'm a
just
shocker.
woeful.
But
Yeah.
Howie's like a human GPS.
Oh
So
really? Okay.
he's
You're in safe
complete
hands.
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mentioned to you earlier, I asked Mum what she remembers teaching me, and she did say that one of the things wasn't cooking because she's not a brilliant cook. She can cook to survive.
Yeah, she's still here to tell the story. So
But I have a bit of a list here of some of the things that I learned how to do properly as a kid, and now I'm just reaping the benefits now in my
oh,
later twilight years.
sailing through.
And you mentioned it, and I'm going to mention it too. Ironing a shirt properly and knowing how to iron it properly. Mum taught me how
Mm,
to do that.
good on you, honey.
And
Yeah.
I can iron a good shirt, get the
Yeah.
collar right and do that bit at the back, the first bit at the back, that
Yeah.
panel,
Yeah.
and then the crease down the arm.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Definitely can do that. And how to clean a house properly,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Because like from start to finish, where to go, what to take with you when you're walking around the house cleaning, wet wiping stuff and, polishing windows, and how to clean the toilet and the bathroom properly. So
Yeah.
I think I learnt that from Mum. And also languages. We all know languages, and we got taught a different language growing up in our house. We were bilingual.
Way, way.
Oh,
Day,
en
India
uye, oh
way.
no, ig payatanle. Pig Latin. We got taught Pig Latin as a little kid. And have you taught your son Pig Latin?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's sort
good.
of like he can understand it better than he can say it. He sort of gets into the ooh yeah 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 ooh yeah kind of thing. He gets a bit lost, but we
Yeah,
haven't done it for a while. But he can understand it generally.
good.
If I was to throw some pig Latin at him, actually, I'm going to do it after this. Well, I think it's fair to say there's been some good skills there, and thanks to those that have been passing down these essential skills to the next generation, and we will do the same.
Let's do it. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. See you
Yeah.
next time. See you,
See you
Ben.
later. Bye.